starts claiming he's insecure about me relating with other people. And me being a good girlfriend, I said, what? Okay, here are my socials. You can have them. Okay, here's my email password. Here's my Instagram. Here's my Facebook. Okay, he literally had access to everything so that he can see I ain't doing anything fishy.
In you being a loyal girlfriend? Because I actually think there's a big difference between being stupid and being loyal. So I don't know, what's the difference? What's the difference?
Okay, I was stupid. From my side, I would say I was stupid. Because how on heaven's name will you just give someone your passwords? Kumbuka, this is also M-Pesa we're talking about. This is M-Pesa we're talking about.
Maybe you're naive?
That is being
you
stupid.
just love
No,
to-
that is being stupid.
You are watching at In Heart, your home of authentic conversations.
Karibuni, welcome tuelimishwe kwa masuala ya jamii, tutumbuize sana mbalimbali, tujuze juu ya matukio ya kila pembe, wapa burudani kwa familia nzima.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tuesday, and when it's Tuesday, you know how we roll. It is about men, women, and of course, children. My perspective, rather your perspective. My name is Likuyani Eli, and welcome to the Perspective Tuesday edition. I have with me the African man, the only man mwenye amepeleka Stella ngambo, na Stella amerudi. Good evening, African man. How are you tonight?
Very fine, very fine. Thank you very much. Yeah, excuses. I really could not make it time to be home. So we're going to do it just in a parking lot. So excuse if you get some noise from the background. But thank you very much, our viewers, to be there with us today. And thank you, Ellie. We are ready. Let's go for it.
I know you are at the parking lot waiting for Stella, but I talked earlier to Godwin, who told me Stella won't be coming back to your home. Good evening, Godwin, and how are you tonight? If you can get your microphone, sir.
I'm fine, Ellie. I can see Matasio is still waiting. It's been 30 years, but the incident is still fresh in our hearts. That's where problems of boy child started. Eating fair, but alikula mpaka shamba.
Akauza ng'ombe na gari.
Stella.
As we do that, karibu sana. That is Godwin Segero in Nairobi, Kenya. And of course, we have the finest couple in town, Muhonja, and of course, one and only, Waso anasonga songa. Good evening, lady and gentlemen. Hamambo yenyu?
Good evening, good evening.
Wewe Stella
Yes,
alirudi
I'm
kwa
very
nyumba?
quiet.
Stella wako alirudi. You know,
Sorry?
unajua, you should be understanding me because Stella was supposed to have come today, but he came with a surprise. But we'll be talking about that later on. But tonight we are discussing about what a lot of you have issues with, and then we call them 10 reasons you should not, or rather you should post him or her. And in your perspective, let's start with you, of course, Muhonja. Nimekuona ukipost sana boy child. Why are you overposting?
Yeah. First of all, Eli, thank you for having us again. It's so good to see all of you, Matasio, Godi, Eli, and James. I missed you. You were gone for a while and I missed you. Well, Eli, you're coming from a point of jealousy, and jealousy is a disease, and I pray that you get well soon. But then I don't have a problem posting him because it's my nature. It's human nature to show what makes them happy. For instance, if we go, even if we drift slightly into the other world, the reason why we have awards that are presented publicly and put all over social media, on the press, is because it's a good thing. At the same time, even bad thing. In any case, publicity is publicity, whether positive or not. So for me, I choose to take it in a positive manner because it's nature in itself. I also think it's good to show your stand, because now Godi cannot come knocking on my door saying, "Hey, Mwanja, I am lost between Kawangware and Makongeni, and I know you live somewhere there. So I'm looking for a place to just spend the night, because he's been seeing there's someone there. If he has to look for a place to spend the night, he'll call that someone Kwanza. It helps you, it creates boundaries with your people, with your friends, with even people who really liked you before they knew that you're actually seeing this other person. Yes.
James, do you share the same school of thought? Because I will tell you've been celebrating love on air all over social media.
Yeah, I think I'm also on the same page with her because we have we are like friends for us. We share like most of the lifestyles and everything is like it's equal to double. But I think another reason for me why I normally post her is like more of putting boundaries. Like people should know that this guy is not single. This guy, I'm a move and is with someone, and another way of me I think is one way of me like being in a position to appreciate her and be proud of her. So I think for me, I'm much okay with it, and I think it's a good journey. It's a good journey. Yeah.
Matasio, you've been listening before I bring in Godwin, because Godwin is smiling a lot. I think he's preparing some disaster chemical attacks on these two. Matasio, you're in diaspora, and we share photos to show how well we're doing. Does that apply when it comes to relationships? And is it one of the reasons you should be posting, actually?
I think posting is quite important. And when you look at the positive sides, because definitely it has the positives and the negatives, you understand. But you see, it is also, and I can say it is a very natural thing, even still from an animal perspective. You understand? We know in the bulls in the village, when the bull is around, it cycles and it makes like, see, I am here in this perspective. So when you are for me, I believe if you are in a relationship where it is not really, you are not really proud of showing off, then that is something. That's my perspective.
Wait,
because
it's
relationships have to be celebrated.
Okay, Godwin, I think you'll be taking the bench on your own tonight, 3-1. What's your scoreline, and what do you have to say?
There's a set book in high school that said, the strongest man is who stands alone.
Are you trying to say you're that man?
Dr. Stockman.
Dr. Stockman, it's good Mhonja knows. So, and I'll start handling them one by one, starting with Mhonja. And Mhonja says it's about marking territories. I saw that if I'm around, I don't go calling, oh, Mhonja, you know what? And I'll tell you, for grand between tofauti. With us, we look where we're trouble makers, and we look for trouble anywhere. So, by the way, Mhonja,
the thrill of chasing.
Exactly, Mhonja, I'll be so worried if you're not having someone. I'll be like, hey, is everything okay, or am I going to be the problem? You understand? So when I see there's someone there, I know this is something worth going for, and that's where I want. You understand? So you might think you're marking territories, but you're attracting even more soldiers to come on that battlefield.
So in a nutshell, what you mean is it doesn't stop anybody from approaching these so-called territories.
And this is the thing. I believe a relationship should be something that is private, and once you start making it public, you make it other people's affair. You understand? Now, instead of having control of what your relationship should be, you owe people explanation. Because when you don't post the following day, people will be like, wameachana. So you have again to come and prove that to the achana, so you have to post. You understand? So you keep validating other people's, like, you know, oh, anashinanga kipost leo nika watu wamekosana. So you have to come and convince them you guys are okay. So because you made them understand your life is all out there on social media. And that means you don't have a private life. People have affairs in whatever that you do. You understand? And then with the
just before you carry on, Godwin, and I see African man, and of course the African man with the African queen talking and raising their hands. But let me throw in this. A lot of times we've seen, should I say nonsense, because people might stone me. We've seen this scenario where there's king and queen dresses until Viri decided to sing Sasa navalishwa kitenge. Is this the sign of mapenzi? African man, let's start with you.
Yes. Yeah, I'll post in because my friend Colin has made a tactic where he doesn't want to give his perspective, but he has chosen to crawl on other people's perspective and try to drive his point of at home. But it seems to be a little bit of a point of shame, you know. You know, when you post, so I wanted to ask you, na wale upost wakiachana, you never see them wakiachana, you see that they are posting wameachana.
And that's what I was telling you. You see, these people you're trying to validate that you're in a relationship, they really don't care whether you're together. They're waiting here time mutaachana too. That's all you look for out here.
Okay, then I'll come back. I was just going on. So I think we are on two different sides then. When you post, first of all, you know you're posting to a public. You understand? That's for me, I'm an artist. Yeah. When I'm going to perform, I know I'm going to the public. Some will like, some will not like. Period. Even you leave your house, you dress your kids in good school with good clothes, you go to the church, your wife, and there are those who don't like. So let's focus to those who like. You understand? So when you look at those who like, so you take all the likes, all the flowers that go with you, those are the blessings that you go with. You understand? So now, if you're going to post, you have to turn the positivity into a blessings for your family, for your friends, and everything. So the mindset of posting and thinking, no, post because you want to show off something. That's all.
Okay. I won't comment on that. Godwin, as it sinks in, I saw Waso Waso.
Yeah. Okay. I wanted Godwin to understand this thing. You know, there are reasons why we post. Are you posting because you want people to see? Are you posting to get clout, kiki, to brag with your friends? I think for me, it's totally different. Sometimes I post just to appreciate the woman I have. I want her to see.
Is it not easier to tell them you're looking beautiful, woman, and I appreciate you when you're with them?
Maybe we are not together at that point.
Yeah, there's so many love language.
Yes.
You can name them. Sindio?
Yes.
Yeah.
Words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Actions. Yes. So gifts, receiving and giving. There are very many love languages. And for me, I appreciate words of affirmation, and at the same time, I appreciate action. So he can't just tell me I love you in the house alone. I'll be feeling like, why are you telling me I love you in the house alone? When we go outside there and we are meeting Godi, you don't know me. You are sitting at the farthest corner. You're not even proud of introducing me properly. You're telling people, "Huyo ni mama." No, I'm not mama. Introduce me properly. Yes.
So you see, Godi. The problem inakujaga hapa time ambayo you're posting because people waone. Unaelewa? So anytime you don't post, you feel like there's pressure. Watu wanakujua, but it's not about them. It's about you and the woman you have in that moment. That you are the main character there. So anytime I post, the first person aone is my wife. Unaelewa? So about si post ati mababesi waone, sijui nani aone. No, the first person I want to see anataka aone a post yangu is my wife. So anytime I don't post, sinaga pressure. I don't have pressure. Sababu najua the woman niko naye yako sawa. So I don't post
Wait.
people to see.
Sorry,
before
Moja,
Matasio comes in, James, just before coming, Matasio, you see, James, you're talking from a point of view as an individual, but these are things that are happening, and you've seen people, and people are doing that to hide something, in the sense that James knows maybe an cheat or something, and the only way to avoid that suspicion and everything, now he has to post Muhonja. So when Muhonja sees an posting, she's like, I'm the queen. Mind you, people to see only Muhonja. So anajiona and she's like, yeah. But huku nje anafanya nini? Anakufunga macho so that you know you're being posted. I'm loved. But in listen, there are other people when they're in that position. So utasema James can't be cheating. This guy posts me every day on his status. The first thing kuweka ni status. You see, so it makes you relax. Mi niko sawa napendo. But in reason, things are different.
But now you see.
Okay, let's allow Matasio around, please.
Okay, I am still coming to you because I try to really get you from the negative side of posting towards the positive side of posting, my brother Gordon, because you're really stuck there and it's unhealthy to be stuck there. I bring you back before social media came. Imagine if you have a girlfriend, okay? Then you go to a house and you find she has put your pictures in the sitting room, everything, all those parties. Or you go open her album, you see a grandmother pictures, you yourself also there and everything. And another one doesn't have anything of those. Think for that for yourself. Leaving social media alone. Just the traditional way. You go to a house, there are pictures hanging there, there are everything hanging there. So that one will make you also understand the social media we're using now has got a certain statement that is traditional. When you go visit, even if I go visit my brother, leave alone love, I'll go visit, or even a girlfriend, it makes you happy when you see among the photos you appear somewhere.
Yeah.
You feel nice. You feel nice. You understand? And so you being with your selfishness, you will see other people appearing, then you even become more selfish because she's even ashamed to put you in that area. Now the shame has added jealousy on top. My friend, wake up.
Jealousy problem. Okay, let's get the comments
I can
first.
also add on this. I can also
Let's
add on
get
this.
the comments, please, and then we will be back to you, James. We have Robert Mbogo who says tuned in. Thank you so much. Gaddafi hapa amesema Art in Heart posting each other is overrated. I'm with Godi, my right man today. Okay, kabisa. Eugene Caponi on the other hand says, Godwin, your sentiments are misleading us. You go this, hapana, we wachana na hiyo. And thank you so much for joining us on our YouTube channel. We have Noreen who says, why would you post for your wife to see? Si umwambie tu kwa nyumba unampenda. Simple. Matasio, that is a question you'll be answering later on. Posting your lover is something that that should be encouraged. And actually, let me just get more of this. And I know I might be repeating some of the same individuals, but they quite made some contributions. So allow me. Art in Heart, there's nothing like marking territory. Those who post are worse than private people because they do it comfortably knowing he or she can't be questioned. Na tukiachana, nitaambia nini watu? And this is a point I actually want us to discuss as you actually have this conversation. Thing is, there's no problem, Matasio, if I come to the house and I find my photos there. In fact, I've made it a habit. I print my photos. And if I'm with you during a courtship or whatever, I give you the photos. So where you store those photos matter to me. If I come, you have everyone else's photos on the wall and mine is not appearing. Definitely there's reason for me to start questioning. But then again, that is just a side note. We are always taking photos. We go to dinner, picture. Ata kabla ukule, picture. Some people are the worst cooks, but you'll see them splashing photos and images everywhere and now posting them online. It's not a problem to actually take photos, but must it end on internet? Matasio.
Yeah, it should. Why not? I mean, embrace technology. Why not? Who's reading? Who's checking albums anymore? Who's sending the postcard anymore? Put it online. You can make it private. You can choose people to look. If you have a problem seeing a picture on my wall with whoever I am, with multiple whatever, you have a problem when you come to my house and see pictures on my wall. So you are not genuine.
It's okay,
You now
James.
straight.
Ellie, I want to support Matasio there. I want to say it is as simple as saying, I wrote everything. I want to support African man here and say life is too short, my people. You know, I don't like people who do things in the darkness. Those are the worst people. Even growing up, those children that people used to think are the best of raised children, these ones cannot do this, are usually the ones who always disappointed. Always, all the time are usually those ones, because they're used to doing things chini ya maji. But if you ask me, life is too short. Live your life. Godi here is telling me that I will feel comfortable because who told you I am always checking, has he posted me today? No, I don't do that. I have my own life. I live my own life. He does not force me to post him. At times, I post because I'm like, oh, I miss this guy, and he's gone to work elsewhere. I've gone to work elsewhere, or even I'm at home, I'm babysitting, and I miss him. So I'll just go through our videos, our photos, and all that. Like what Ellie is saying, I've been posting. It's because he had traveled, he had gone, and I was missing him. And that brings me to another point. You know, we are drifting from the topic. The thing is, you're supposed to mention the reasons why or why not. And this brings me to my reason why again. It keeps memories, you know. Gone are the days when we just like Matasio has said, we can't come to my house and expect me to tell you, hey, as we wait for tea, this is our album here. You can't. No, you can't. But every time you're my friend on Facebook, you can see that. It's not because we are posting we are posting because we feel like these are our memories. We are creating memories. Another point is, we fight. We do fight. But then every time we fight and we are looking for a way to solve this conflict, and I am just in my own world, I'm so quiet, he's in his own world, he's quiet. Trust me, we automatically, we just find ourselves looking at our videos, our funny videos. Like the recent video I posted, I was so mad at him and Ayana and my daughter. I don't know what they did. They played a prank on me and I was so mad at them. And you see, it's funny to him at that point. If we keep this video and share with people, you know, even if we are fighting, you'll think of that video and you'll be like, oh, I hate you, but you're such a cutie, come here. And then we will solve that. Another point as I finish is, we are showing people the beauty of love. Yes, we are not showing off. We are telling people love is beautiful. Love can be beautiful. In as much as we have our own fight, in as much as people have grown up, nowadays they say, oh, relationships don't work, marriages don't work. We're just posting just to show people like, hey, it's a hard process, but we are working on it. It's a process that requires you two people to sit down and work on it. So why is it wrong for me to just post and just tell people, hey, it's working? Especially for me, because people think mimi kichwa ngumu, hakuna mtu anaezana na mimi. What is James doing here?
Let me tell you this. I want to agree. You know, when it comes to posting, it's a personal choice. But as the way you said, everyone has their reasons, and these are my reasons why I feel you should not post. Because there's some people who post and they want to make you, the other person, a captive. You understand? Because I posted, you see, like for me, I don't like posting. And now for you, Muhonja, you like posting. So you keep on posting me, I don't do the same. And you'll be like, is it that, it's like you don't love me, you don't appreciate me. Why is it that every time I'm posting you, but you can't do the same? You understand? So you make your problem to be my problem. Just because you post, because you appreciate me, you feel my way of appreciation should be also by posting you back. You understand?
You don't understand my love language.
And you see, Mohanja, and why don't you understand mine that I don't like posting? Why is it am I for me to understand yours that I have to post?
That's why we say Godi. Then it means both of us do not understand our love languages. Are you aware that there is a situation like even with partners who one person is HIV positive and the other one is negative, they can live and do everything as a couple. Why? Because they have understood that this is the challenge we are facing. This is the way we are going to go about it. You might be my boyfriend and you don't like posting, and that's okay. If I understand that's your love language, I do understand. And I'm okay with that. That's okay. So if I'm posting, then let me post. If you're not posting, then that's okay. But when you tell me I should not post because you do not post yourself, that is being narcissistic.
That's what I'm saying. Mohonja, I didn't say you should not post. I just said there are people in a relationship where one person keeps posting and then it makes them feel the other person is entitled to post them just because they do the same. And then it becomes a problem. It's like, I do this. I don't think you love me now. I'll stop posting you. I'm going to delete the pics that I've been posting because I feel you don't want people to see me with you. I think there's someone else there. You don't want to see that, to know that you're with someone else. You see, now it becomes a problem. It wasn't even about posting. This was a serious relationship. But because I don't like posting and you do the same, it jeopardizes the entire relationship. Because where you see, you feel, I appreciate this guy. I keep posting him. I put him on Facebook, on status, but he doesn't do the same. Why is it that? And then you see people saying it's a one-sided relationship.
Reason one. Why don't you like posting? Just one.
Before Godwin can answer that, let's
Mohonja.
just get contribution
Mohonja.
from the audience, if you may allow me. Otherwise, we are locking them out of the conversation. And this is interesting from Eugene, who says, I have my wife's picture in my wallet. Whenever I'm paying something via cash, I see her. I'm appreciating my choice. Good vibes. Oh, okay. Huyo baby girl akona bahati. Kuna manugu zengine hapa. So there was this time I was in a situationship with a guy. He would post me na mimi hata simfeel. Nilikuwa na shanga, hii jinga, mbona inanianika hivi? Na hata hajauliza kama nampenda. Matasio, consent?
Yeah, there I agree, because you see, when one doesn't like something and the other one doesn't like something, likes and the other one doesn't like, those are things you talk about. And that's when we talk about tolerating or not tolerating. You understand? Sure. Because it has to come. I know I'm a show off, that I know. And leave alone relationship. I know a lot of people don't even want to be around me because live. You know. So, and for me, I understand, but it's in my line of perspective. But what the risk here is this: there's only one risk, because it's also social media. It is a new technology. People are embracing it, and it is where people share stuff. When we post ourselves, we are first of all sharing love. Now I talk from a very spiritual perspective. We are sharing love. So. You know, when you talk like that, it comes like these people who go like, you know what, Facebook, watu natongozana, no Facebook. But you see, there is people sharing music, there is people sharing knowledge, there is people selling stuff, there is people doing things. And I know there's this rigidity of not embracing stuff, especially when it looks very overwhelming. And I really do understand it can be a nuisance. Like if you're in a family, sometimes I can see the things people around me post like 24/7. It can be a nuisance and you can be irritated. So those things you have to understand, they irritate, but they're the things that we have to talk about and try to tolerate. So from a spiritual perspective, I can say posting is very, very healthy when we use it nicely to spread some love and blessings.
Godwin?
The same. I want to say, posting, because you see people are using social media nowadays, and then there's this common term, social media or internet never forgets. You see, so today you're there, you're posting, you're happy, but people don't look beyond today. So you'll find you're posting something for fun and all that, or maybe you're doing something. You're posting someone, we're in love or something, or we're not sure. The next thing, which is you're posting with my wife, and you're like, All along I thought I was in a relationship. Kumbe nilikuwa na mtu wa
Then it's
wenyewe.
better. It is better.
So we should use social media as a marking scheme to show who is who and where. Let's read some comments here. Showing love and or appreciation does not mean posting every day for any small occasion. And before we lose our audience, we are talking in a matter of relationship, okay? Where there's man and woman involved, or otherwise as you wish, because kuzi story ni mingi. Hi, at In Heart, too much posting kill the post. By posting all the time, what message do you want to deliver? Hi, my baby and I just went to Naivasha. Oh, ni Naivas. Tumenunua sukuma. Unakuja unatusumbua sana online. Thank you so much, Jakita, for that. And I see that is Eugene who says, did Muhonja just call posting your lover as a love language? Language sasa ni nini? I think I went to a wrong school. Those are, for Muhonja, that is words of affirmation. When she's posted there and says, my queen, behold, I present you the one and only. Maybe he doesn't like posting because he protects his privacy. That could be a reason. And we have Shisia Stephen who says, following Kinley, karibu sana mkurugenzi. Guys, we can talk and talk and talk and talk, but there's one fundamental question we must ask. When should you not post? Especially if you're in a relationship. Godwin.
For me, I think there should be limits as to what you should post. Posting is not bad. You can once in a while appreciate someone, and with the right intention. But this issue of every time something small online may post, the next thing, oh, we're doing this, and then you lose the whole meaning of a relationship, which is a relationship between two people, and you make it a social relationship, whereby you're over involving people in your affairs. You understand? So you lose the private life of a relationship.
That you're fine.
Okay, Moja, I'll just let you respond because clearly umebambika na your story. Before you forget your point, juko na kalamu. You've taken over from Matasio. Go ahead.
Okay. For me, let me just correct Nani Godi. Remember, this relationship is all about you guys. How many times you post each other, it has nothing to do with the people. You see, it's them to decide if they're going to see your post or no.
And follow.
There is a mute button there. You can just you know that there are people who are they are content creators because of just posting. Na mnyo mnajua tu kweli umefollow sijua akina Diamond akina Zari from 2019. And these people, their life it has been posting their children, posting them going out. I know tuko tu hapo kila siku but there's no single day you have been getting tired of it.
But so, they want to get tired of ours.
Yeah.
Godi.
So there's another thing Godi Masema. A relationship is supposed to be something private. Do you know there are two reasons why someone's always wear the wedding ring? Ya kwanza ni kwamba like it's one of indication that I'm married. Like tumeoana. And the other one, people to see. It has hiyo haina tofauti na post. Kwa sababu the main essence ni kwamba umse ameoa. Are you getting it? Sasa nashanga, I'm just looking at you, Nani Godina. What is unasema? Hii relationship ni private conversation. Kila mtu ajue tumeoana.
James, me mention your story ya ring nikacheka kwa sababu I know some of my friends when they were single they were afraid of showing us how their fingernails look. Once they got married, any picture they take, hi guys, I'm here with my baby boo.
So you see for Godi, vile anasema that a relationship is supposed to be something private, sijui nini na nini. Mimi na feel Godi yule msee ambao enyewe ataenda church na ataoa vizuri, atavaa hiyo wedding ring, lakini akitoka kwa nyumba hata
anaweka kwa mfuko.
Anaambia hiyo yake ni kwani lazima nioshe kila mtu nimeoa. Anatoa hiyo kitu anaweka kwa mfuko. Akirudi anaivaa. So to me that's wewe uko tu hivyo sasa.
What are the dangers? Because yes, Muhonja.
I'm saying, I think I wanted to answer what Ellie asked. Ellie asked, when should one not post? Or one, by one, I mean a couple, yeah? There are things that you can't post on social media, obviously. One is anything that has any vulgar language in it. So if we are having a fight and our fight is all about calling each other names, we cannot post that. Number one. Number two, we cannot post violence. Even just videotaping people fighting outside there. I don't understand how people take their phones and shoot videos of people fighting instead of separating them. Number three is when, for lack of a better word, because my daughter is still doing her homework here, is when you're shagging. That's your private business. There are private things. And one thing that social media makes you think, it makes you think that you know someone. Just because I post regularly, it makes you feel like, Godi, I am all over your space. Do you know that's just a quarter of what I'm posting? And like I mentioned, when we have fights, we don't post that. Apart from us, Sissy, when we have fights and he's busy laughing and I'm upset, he's taking videos. When I get him upset, I'm also taking videos. And I post that happily, you see, because we want to show people that in as much as you guys look at us and feel like, oh, couple goals and all that, we have our problems, we fight. Yes, we have our own struggles. And like James said, sometimes it's about content creation. James is an artist. I am an artist myself. And you get that at times our jobs require for us to work together. For instance, this one here. So you see, anyone who will be seeing these things, and like Godi, who has a spirit like Godi, will be like, and this Mwonja and James, when they can't look for a different place to host the show from, people who have minds like Godi's, other people, like if we go and we had a gig on Sunday at Gecko Cafe, he was playing for me. So should I not post? Because people will say Godi will say Godi. No, I will post. In fact, I will suffocate you, because I know very well there's the unfollow button, there's the block button. If it is WhatsApp, there's the mute button. You can mute me. And I know these people who unfollow and mute, they're the ones who always check on you, Chinyamaji. They don't view your statuses, but they know all your stories. If you ask Godi about our fights, he knows from 1 to 10, but he will tell you, I muted them, they're not my type.
And then you see, Mwonja, there's just before you come in, Ellie, there's one danger that you guys are forgetting. It's good to post, you love someone and share all those memories. But now, when things go sour, of which sometimes they do, you understand? So you find you had exposed too much of yourself, saying how good you are on social media. But now you can't deal with the backlash that is coming from there, because these guys, you're like, we're happy for you. Now they're trying to tell you to now you can't deal with that. I don't know if you've seen the recent post where relax, James. I don't know if you've seen the recent post where there's a lady who committed suicide because of a post on Facebook. You see, because now you get a breakup, you come back on social media, all videos are there, the photos are there. You're saying how you're heartbroken. People keep pulling now the images that you are enjoying and all that. Now you can't deal with your mental health. What's the next thing? Depression. You commit suicide. You see, it's because, but at that moment when you're posting, you're all over the world, we are happy and all that. But now things are, because this is a relationship. It's not permanent. It's not guaranteed that it will always work to the best. What happens when things go south? Are you in a stable mental capacity to deal with the backlash that comes with it?
Yes, whether you do it in private, whether I post him or not, the fact that we will fight is always there, Godi. It is there. It is up to us. It is up to our maturity to know. And that's why I think that is why Ellie came with that. What are your limits when it comes to posting? Yes, you can post things that will haunt you. Like we always say, the internet does not forget. And one thing that you people need to understand is when you're getting into any relationship, whether it's a friendship, a marriage, or even a business relationship, you're looking at it from a risk point of view. Yes. Whatever happens. You go in wholeheartedly. Do your part, let them do their part. But if you're there and you're thinking of, hey, huyu ataniacha. I remember I used to have that problem with you, and you kept telling me all the time that, hey, you need to start having a positive mindset. Don't think of, oh, sasa if we invest together, now tukiachana tunagawana aje hii meza yenye tulinunua pamoja, you know.
And there's another thing. Godin, nafaa nikwambie. There are people who, until today, they are really struggling. They are really struggling with their relationships. Kwa sababu relationship alikuwa nao juzi, give it all. Alipostia udem, akalipia udem nyumba, akamlipia mpaka udem mahari. But that relationship, it didn't work. So msee anaingia kwa relationship mpya sahihi, lakini anaingia na kale kitu like this thing haita work. The same thing vile unajaribu tu kwa approach hiyo, unasema like mnapostiana but moment wakati hii kitu itakuwa imeharibika, utashikwa, you can't solve it. Unaelewa? And I think tunafaa tufike point ambayo like this is the relationship niko nayo. Let's forget about the past. What happened, the bitterness and everything vile really happened. This is the relationship ambayo uko nayo sahi, and be positive about it. Give it all. Kama ulipost the ex wako jana na ukasema hey, that's your ex. Umepata na dem mwingine hapa. Post yes sahi.
James.
And just move on.
James, I hate to be the one who is always stopping you, but Matasio has been here for quite some time. I know he has his own responses.
But Ellie, you're stopping James. I have a problem.
Because the two of you are co-owning the company at this level.
Yeah.
We don't know whose airtime you are using.
Just James and James. Why are you not telling Godi?
No, it was just a question of intervention.
Yes.
I wanted to intervene because, again, we are swaying away from the main question where you asked. We are trying now to put a regulatory thing because of God and when you can post and why you cannot post. Now, unless we want ourselves to call ourselves fact checkers or post checkers, we will not do that. It's a very simple answer. Consent. Permission. That is it.
Yes.
Permission. You know, sometimes I like to post, but sometimes I don't like a certain photo posted for a certain reason. It can be political reason, it can be spiritual reason, it can be privacy reason. You understand? So that is first of all. So Godwin, don't worry, you just be free to say yes, post today, tomorrow no. You have that right. That's the way you have the right. You know, that is your rights. You know, first of all, you know, I'm attacking you in a way to understand that you seem not to understand your rights of privacy, let's call them. You know, when you're in a relationship or when you are dating someone, you know, even some privacies, some are extreme. You cannot see me naked. That's my privacy. Whether you are my wife, you cannot see me naked. And respect it. You understand, my brother? So for me to answer the question,
it's all right. Go ahead.
So the answer the question is, with all us, it's about consent. Sometime, for example, you can be having a girlfriend, she doesn't mind, you make pictures all the time, but she has a child. Then she goes like, here I'm total to see post. You understand very clearly. Unaona. Umeenda pahali, wewe umeenda kwa familia kina mtoto, umekula mbuzi kwa wasichana, umepiga mapicha na maango, umefika kwa nyumba, imekuwa vita kupost. Maango wanagoja, ngoja niongee na Godwin. We nini? Wacha kufungia tu raha zao, my friend.
You know, let's get to that. And you know, you've said something very interesting, that sometimes you take images or photos or memories that you cannot necessarily share for specific reasons that, you know, might be applying across the board. But there is a problem that most of us have. After the relationship, unfortunately, comes to an end, because sometimes kuachana is a reality, what energy do you have going back to deleting memories of 5 years worth of junk? How do you start? Mwonja, okay, Godwin, were those the dangers you're talking about?
Exactly. Because now you have to, you see, like, let's say for content creators, people like Akina Muhonja, you know, so you have maybe your Instagram account or your TikTok account, and it's more of a commercial. You understand? So you're posting those pics together, those videos together for, you know, it was love come business, but now love has gone. You're remaining with your account. You cannot continue. You don't have the energy to continue using the images and the videos of the so-called your lover by then, so you're forced to do what? To delete. Maybe ilikuwa ni YouTube, ilikuwa ni easy clips. Maybe it's the one of the clip with the highest views, the one that makes you even earn that cash from YouTube. Now you have to delete, because it's like, you cannot use, even if he accepts the fact that depending on how you guys broke up, you can't even stand seeing that on your channel. So you have to bear all those losses and all that, because by then I loved you. You see now, love imeenda, you're broke, you are crying, you're broken. So why do all that?
We can't hear you.
Oh, I apologize. You guys can now hear me, right?
Yeah.
Nakwambia ni lazima nifinye vitu. So let me read this again. Hii vitu ya kupost watu hapana. Maybe kwa WhatsApp status, and the word that you need to keyword here is maybe. He's used it very intentionally. Maybe kwa WhatsApp status, because it will disappear after 24 hours. But kuna watu wanaitwa team screenshot. We will find out if Mwonja is one of them. It's either you want to be posted or not. Or rather, what boundaries you set mapema. That is Julie Mumia. Thank you so much, Julie, for coming on tonight. Alafu, Eugene says, again, posting is business. Posting for views. Any response for you guys from those comments? Anyone in particular? No particular, I call it. Anyone can go. Let's start with you, Mr. James.
Okay, so I think I'll just echo what my brother Matthias has said. This concept, like, are you okay? Nikupost ama nisikupost. So I think for me, that's one thing they should get to know. How are you this kind of person ambayo you are free with the social media, and you like to be posted, you or not? So from that point, once you know your partner very well, I think you can be able to move on very quickly with it. Yeah. Now it's not a must. It's not.
James, what happens after you have actually separated? You have 5 years worth of photos. 365 days times 5.
Okay, for me, I can't blame myself for the relationship that it didn't work. But what I know, in that relationship, I did my best. So from there, I put myself together and I start a new one. Missing? Why should I go missing? Why should I?
Muna block your account or mnaanza account upya? What new are you starting?
I can't block my account. I can't block my account. Hata ukiangalia tu vizuri, those celebs unajotoa huko juu. Those people, hebu angalia tu a good example, Diamond amefanya video ngapi na Zari? Amefanya with those baby mamas video ngapi? He has never deleted even one video. Kwa sababu gani? It's a content. Na hata leo kuna ngoma sisi usikiza. Imagine ingekuwa amedelete hiyo ngoma 2017.
Wewe unaongelea biashara. Sisi tunaongelea mapenzi. Mapenzi si biashara.
We're talking about relationship.
Diamond alikupea nini?
No. Whether you post or not, Godi and Ellie, whether you post or not, whether you take photos or not, at the end of the day, when the relationship goes, there is still that pain of doing away. Today, it's what I posted. How about if we moved in together and there were things that you came in with and I came in with? You are just looking at it from the posting side of you. So that's why I asked, kama hii meza tulinunua, tulicontribute 2,000, 2,500 wote, tunakataje hii meza kila mtu ende na part yake equally? So either way, it still ends in pain. either way. It's up to you, up to your maturity levels to see how you're going to deal with that. For instance, if this was all about content creation, Pia, and you see that both of you, whether you are together or not, can still benefit from that, why should you pull it down? Why? But again, if you see that, hey, I've moved on with another partner, and this other partner is not comfortable, because I would not be comfortable if you came to me and your ex's everything is all over your page. I would not be comfortable. But again, it's up to you to think, hey, I want to focus, I want to invest in this new relationship. At the end of the day, you will still have to take that initiative. But it's the same as applying for a job and you get retrenched, applying for a job and you get fired. You don't cry over spilled milk. No, it is painful at that particular moment, but then life goes on. You have to move on. You have to delete, no matter the pain.
Ati job imeisha sasa, hiyo job imeisha sasa, hata wewe ndio job nyingine sasa.
Utaenda.
Hatuko na haya.
Muhonja and James, you saying, just like you keep your CVs from your previous work, somebody should not have a problem if they meet your photos in your gadget and they start asking who you know.
We are saying delete. We are saying delete. Erase.
Godwin, ninajua wewe ni anti-posting, but as we conclude this conversation, when do you say this is beyond boundaries? This is too much. What is too much for you when it comes to posting?
What is too much for me is when, let's say, you're in a relationship, you understand? And then, for me, I don't have a problem with posting per se, if you're okay with it, and I'm okay with it, you understand? But what I usually have a problem with is, if when you make it now, it's a two-way traffic. Because I post, you have to post. You understand? Because we have different issues. And then there's also the issue of work. Let's say maybe I'm working with a certain organization that they don't want maybe certain things to be exposed and stuff. You understand? Let's say, for instance, I'll use it in Monjo, will say, mimi nafanyanga na NIS, but NIS, for instance, you know, you can't be there like ulikuwa huko and all that, because there's some information that is involved. But in terms of a personal relationship, if you want to post, but not make it, it's a must for, if you post me, I have to reciprocate. Because at the end of the day, it won't be love. It will be, I'm doing it to make you happy, yet I'm not doing it because I'm happy.
Great. Mwonja, you and I are in good relationship terms. Let me say you and James. Are you guys there ama mmehang? Mi naona ni kama wanatuangalia. Na wamepost vizuri. But Godwin, as we conclude again, I hope Mwonja and James can be able to join us back. But what if you wake up one day, umepostiwa, the next day, umedeletiwa, and you guys are still in a relationship?
And it's a personal decision. You see, it will be one thing, because Ellie, I'll have a problem if I told you to post me and then ukanitoa. But if you woke up, you decided to post me, and then 2 hours later, you decided you don't want to see me again on your wall, you decide to remove me, it's your personal choice. You have the phone is yours, it's your private gadget, you decide what to do with it. Siwezi kuja naanza kuuliza, now why did you post me and then you removed again, unaficha nini? Because it's not a must for you to post me. I think that's all personal. I don't have a problem whether you post me and then untoe. I won't read, not unless it's something it affects me personally. But posting, no.
Posting is not for you, you say. And everybody that came tonight to the conversation, thank you so much for making it here. Thank you. Let me just appreciate Sila Buyema, Julie Mumia, Eugene Kapuoni. Hizi majina zote zimetoka huko nyumbani. Kwani mmetumwa? Who is your grandfather? Noreen. Let's see. Shisia Stephen, Jakita. Let's have, who else is here? Staba Mexke Magina. Sams Ahiro, all the way from Umoja. Thank you so much for stopping by. Robert Mbogo, Dimore, Gaddafi. Huyo jamaa leo alikuja na a whole arsenal of wisdom when it comes to posting and not posting. Thank you so much for stopping by. Diro Dansa Mgaza. Hizo jina ni ngumu sana, but it is what it is. And of course, the team that made this conversation worthwhile, Muhonja Kenya or Muhonja Africa, sorry about that. Ninawaona hapo wamesmile wakirudi. Mlikuwa mmehang tukimalizia, tulikuwa tunaulizia kipengele kifuatacho, wapenzi panelistes. When it comes to posting, what do you consider is too much?
I think I already answered that when I said when the whatever you're posting depicts violence in whatever form. If we are fighting about something and he's slapping me or I'm slapping him, that is too much. You can't post that. You should not even take such like videos in the first place. You should not even get to a point of violence in the first place. Yeah. Number two, I said, for lack of a better word, because my baby is right there, deciding to write her own homework while sleeping on the floor, I said, is when there is shagging involved, for lack of a better word.
Now I remember that. But then again, what is his name? James, do you think it's okay, the two of you are in good terms, relationship terms, umeambia mmoja tuposti kitu, ikifika jioni wewe unapata hauko kwa hizo pictures, umedeletiwa? Does that mean mapenzi imepunguka bei ama there is something wrong?
Okay, at first itabidi nimeuliza because sitaki kujipika. You know, the moment you start sitting alone and overthink about mbona sijapostiwa, mbona sijafanya nini?
Wewe umejibu vibaya. Nimeuliza swali rahisi sana.
But
you posted and then in the morning, without you being consented to that action, or rather being consulted on the same, you realize picha zako haziko kwa hii group.
Or Eli, let me put it this way. James, Muhonja ameweka picha tatu, kuna yake, kuna yako, alafu ingine mko wawili. Alafu kiamka asubuhi ni status 24 hours hazijaisha, yake ndio iko yenye mko na yeye na yenye wewe peke yako aziko. Zimetolewa after 1 hour.
Okay, so this is
ni Facebook bali nyinyi ni maseleb.
Ni sawa. Angalia, before ndo nasema before nifikiri anything, I'll just ask. Mbona picha zangu ziko hapo? Because maybe there's a reason. Because Muhonja si mtoto mdogo, anajua nini anafanya. So by the end of the day, badala mimi kukaa kando na kwanza kufikiria sijui mbona picha yangu imetolewa ni, because I know I'll end up nitakuja tu with my own answers ambazo it will cost our relationship. So before I do anything, I'll just ask. So vile atanijibu na hapo ndo itadetermine sasa hapo ni tunaenda wapi na hii story. Yeah. Nitauliza tu.
In conclusion,
kuna ticket ya Diani ilikuwa imekuja ikasema for that ticket to be confirmed.
Yeah.
Delete.
Anyway, it is what it is. Na hiyo ni Kenya. It's a big bedroom in Nairobi. If they don't post you, don't worry. Somebody is preparing to be taken to Diani. After all, it's summer holidays and summer bunnies are arriving in Nairobi, Kenya. Happy birthday to one and only Sonny Gisheru, one of our own. Asante sana. Tunakuambia happy birthday, endelea kuzeeka polepole, and no, adulting is not a scam, it is a responsibility. Ebu peana shoutouts zako tukienda. Nani yako na birthday kwako Muhonja ama hakuna? Any friend, any enemy?
Ni shosho yangu lakini alikufa.
Sasa happy birthday yake ya kukufa?
Happy birthday to you, Shosho. Keep resting in peace.
Awesome. Godi, any shoutouts?
Happy birthday to mother-in-law in coming.
Wewe.
Mother-in-law in coming. Inakaa umekuwa sample. Sawa. Have a great night everybody.
Nasema birthday ya mother-in-law inakuja hapa mbele.
So, good night, guys. See you on Thursday on The Perspective, on Friday, The Perspective Friday edition. On Saturday, we are starting Family Edition with Coach Collins Bolo. On Sunday, we bring you Against All Odds. So tune in, subscribe. Remember, we have Muhonja Africa on YouTube channel. Huyu ni mwibaji mwibi. Na kuna mwenzake pale anafinyaga zile vitu viroboto vya keyboard. Anaitwa music producer, composer na hiyo vitu yote. Waswa James, and of course producer himself, Godwin Segero. On behalf of everybody from Art in Heart, we wish you a great week ahead. Good night, God blessings, and we are out. Tuonaneni wa jamaa.